But I want to talk about just transitioning to a raw food diet and some things, because all raw doesn't mean you're healthy. Some people say, well, you're all raw, you must be extremely healthy. Well, I'd like to think I am, but I know a lot of people that say they're all raw that really aren't healthy. See, raw food is not a panacea. You've had several different raw food meals this morning. The healthiest thing you've had, and possibly the only healthy thing you've had, are two things: the fruit that you had this morning and the greens that were on that table. Everything else is transition food. But people love that transition food so much that becomes their maintenance food, and that's what they always do. And then they say it's too hard to make all that, and I don't feel good after eating all that. Well, it's quite obvious why. Not thinking that fitness and health were not necessarily the same thing. I used to believe it was. But it's not. Fitness and health, fitness is part of health, but just because you're fit doesn't mean you're healthy. Some of the most fit people I know are unhealthy. That's why they got to exercise so much, to stay fit. But when you're healthy and you add fitness to that as being part of healthy, it's a different story. So we got to get rid of the microwave. So if a microwave is so bad and a TV is so bad, you know what absolutely the worst thing you can put in your body is? A microwave TV dinner. Really bad stuff. But here's the idea. Get rid of your microwave and replace it with a juicer. And then use the juicer. How many of you own a juicer? How many of you actually use it? Here's the problem. Most people that have juicers don't use it. I always say a juicer is like a Bible. Most houses have it, but it just sits there collecting dust. If you don't use it, it's not going to benefit you in any way. Juicing on a regular basis, 1 green juice a day. What I do with my diet is I make sure I can eat my fruit, I can eat my nuts and seeds. That's pretty much all I eat. I don't eat grains and stuff. But if I don't get my greens in my diet, I can't do anything. I have to get greens in my diet every single day. Whether it's a juice form, whether it's a blended form, or whether it's a whole foods form, I have to get greens in my diet. If I get my greens in, I feel fine eating other things. But if I don't get my greens in, I don't feel good about it at all. Because as I was saying earlier, the majority of food we used to eat were vegetables, and fruit was second, and it's been replaced and turned around. So I'm always sure to get my greens in, and I don't eat late at night for the most part, and it works. People say it's too hard to juice. If you have a problem sticking a carrot in a machine and watching the juice come out, you have other issues than whatever you think you might be dealing with. Juicing is one of the easiest things you can do. People say, well, my juice is complicated or something. My favorite juicer on the market is a Green Star juicer. And they have these fast juices, I'm going to say this word, it's a big word for a Brooklyn guy, centrifugal juicers. The fast ones, they make a lot of noise, and when you put the thing in, they make even more noise, and they get the juice. And those are okay. But the best things are the ones that squeeze the stuff, to squeeze the juice out. So mine is the Green Star juicer. But it's a little bit more involved, a little bit more pot. People say, well, that takes too long to clean. I've timed it. It takes about 30 seconds more than the ones that are so easy to clean. But even then, it still takes about 1 to 2 minutes to clean my juicer. How long does it take to scrub a pan or something that was cooked? So it's not difficult to juice. Now you got to base things on your own schedule. If you're a morning person or a night person, or depending what type of job you have, when you're going to juice or whatever. For me, I like to get the most challenging things in early as possible, so I've gotten it out of the way. It's the way I do it. But other people might do it different. They might need time to get there. But I want to write a book. I keep saying that I'm going to come out with a title of a book called It's So Simple, It's Silly. And that's what health is. But it gets complicated when we start adding so many other things and crazy things about it. It's not difficult. You get your greens in your diet. Get some type of green every day. I don't mean green M&Ms. Get your greens. And then have some fruit. 2 meals a day, shoot for. And if you have a third meal, okay, just make it be not too late. Drink enough water between your meals. And upon waking is the best time to drink water. Before going to sleep is not a good time to drink water. People say, oh, I thought it was a great time to drink water before I went to sleep. It is if you're not getting up in the middle of the night to mess up your sleep. Too many people, they get up in the middle of the night sleeping. You got to get to a stage 4 sleep for the true healing and cleansing to take place. If you're getting up in the middle of the night to turn a bright light on in a loud toilet, you're not getting that good sleep. It takes a while to get there. So people say, well, how much water can I drink at night? Well, enough that you're not going to get up. And for each person, that might be different. When you're eating cooked food, you're eating like dried food and it's like a sponge. So when you drink water, it's sucking it all up. But if you're eating food that has a lot of water in it, like the raw foods, and you drink more water before going to sleep, you might not be able to drink as much at the end of the night. I know an hour before going to sleep, I could drink a cup of water and I can make it through the whole night. But if I drink 3 cups of water right before going to sleep, I'm going to get up in the night. I thought I was doing everything right, and I thought I had it the right way, but then when I figured out, I didn't, I looked, and that's when I found Dr. Shandell, who's actually going to be coming here. That's why I'm so excited to have him. And this retreat is pretty amazing because it started for me with Rita Romano. Her book was the first raw food recipe book I ever got at Hippocrates Health Institute. And, when I first started